the neighborhood. A beautiful day with my neighbors. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Hello, everybody.
Hello.
My name is Antonio Edwards. I'm a 2009 Poet Laureate of Tacoma. It was an outstanding, life-changing event. Thank you for all the people who spoke. Ms. Pickney, Felix. I worked with Felix, and I had no idea, man. So, man, you're my hero, man, for doing what you're doing. And all the people who spoke and told stories about the Hilltop. I moved to Tacoma in 1984 from New York, and I used to come to a venue on the backside of MLK from the east side. So I would go into the venue and I would leave, go back to the east side. I didn't even know MLK and the Hilltop was out in front, because I would leave and enter from the back. And so when I discovered K Street, I was like, wow, it's a whole world out here. And I discovered a lot of people on the Hilltop. As it pertains to the history, I did hear it mentioned I'm an alumni of Evergreen State College. And right outside on the wall of the college, there's a history of the Hilltop done by the Indabelli tribe, the mural that's there. So you can go there and read their version of the history of the Hilltop, all the ethnicities and immigrants that came here over the years. So that's another place you can find out is a historical record of the history. So wow, you guys look really great. To tell a little bit of a story, I heard about the gentrification that was going to happen long time ago. An elder in the community, Mr. James Waller, I was sitting with him in front of his house, and he was telling me how he was telling people not to sell their homes, and how the Hilltop was going to grow up, has the best views, right? It was the beginning of the internet. We have the best internet right up here, right? We're the most wide city. And he was telling me that. And he planted that in me. And for 15 years, I watched as that change started to happen. And at the time, I was I was working in a building down on Pacific. And I had just emailed my friend, Larry Norman. You guys know Larry? Yeah. Yes. His email address is HILLTOPIA23@yahoo.com. So I had just emailed him. And I looked out the window, and I looked up at St. Joseph Hospital. And I said, there's HILLTOPIA. To the people of the Hilltop, do you now realize what you got? Because they sure do. They've been strategizing, been mobilizing behind the scenes, because they're really scared of you. So they'd rather get rid of you, take care of you. This time, however, they're calling it gentrification. Now what that is the restoration, the rehabilitation of a deteriorating urban property. This here is the real-life crooked game of monopoly, perpetrated by the middle class and affluent people, often resulting in the displacement of those with lower incomes. Seems like equality has an evil twin that attempts to destroy from within. But perhaps the only real cardinal sin is impatience. Because of impatience, we are being driven out of paradise. Because of impatience, we may never return. How can you stick your hand in a flame and not get burned? They even tried to change your name to Upper Tacoma. This in an attempt to remove all hope from you, but that didn't work. That didn't even stick. HILLTOPIA, that's the name that we picked. You see, your genocide won't destroy this community, for we are a communal people. We have unity. Just peek into any church. Look on any street corner, and you'll see us congregating, yes. You'll see us participating on HILLTOPIA. Don't you know this is where God lives? This is where Jesus, John, Luke, Paul, and Matthew is? This is where our babies were born. This is where you come running back to when your life is torn. This is where our homies died. This is where our mamas and our nanas cried. So this is where my loyalty lies, on HILLTOPIA, where the hospitals are. healing and extending lives of people who live near and far. Just check out our view. They've seen it. Now they're trying to take that too. This truth here has been long overdue. And we know you planted that poison here to keep us distracted, keep us in fear. But shed no more tears, HILLTOPIA. Shed no more tears. And realize they're going to make sure we have the best of the worst things and the worst of the best things, resulting in some of us committing crimes to feed our families, resulting in some of us serving time, for we're public enemy. Before you came, there were no children being stolen from our parks. Before you came, we was chilling in Browns and in Rylanders after dark on HILLTOPIA.
That was my dramatic entrance. All right. Here comes the show, all right? And y'all better make sure there's room enough because I know what's gonna happen at the end and it's exciting. So you better make sure that you're ready to be like entertained. All right. We are not ready, all right? I'm gonna stall. Where'd the poet laureate go? Oh yeah, I know. Do you have another one? Yes, all right. All right, I love that spontaneity. Thank you so much. Thank you, Antonio. You need this chair. Okay, right.
So it's good seeing so many familiar faces. I see so many familiar faces. I moved to California in 2013. And incidentally, I was scrolling through my phone when I seen this event. And they were saying if you have like any pictures or anything like that, you know, upload them. And I was like, upload. And I was like, I'm going. So I booked a flight. And I arrived Friday just to come to this event. Because if there's something going on the hilltop, I want to be part of it. So we represent God when we walk into a room, despite of what we've done or anything we've consumed. You see, God, he's always ready to start over, always ready to resume. Grace and mercy for those of us late to bloom in any and in all directions, always seeing his face when I look at my reflection. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, and because God has anointed me, I will preach good tidings to the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, proclaim liberty to the captive, opening the prison to those who are bound. More than a conqueror, Lord, use my voice as the sound that made the walls of Jericho come down. Father, I heard you loud and clear when you said, Antonio. Incline your ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply your mind to my knowledge. For it will be pleasant if you keep them within you. Make them ready on your lips so that your trust may be in the Lord. You see, I have taught you today, yes, even you. Haven't I not given you excellent words of knowledge and counsel, giving you the ability to move mountains with faith that weighs less than an ounce? Sons and daughters of God, don't you dare be doubtful. And to those who I've chosen to keep my house full, in order to lead, you must first learn how to serve and follow. Otherwise, you have a congregation full of saints whose souls are hollow. My job and my career, those are things I am paid for. Serving God and his people is what I was made for. My life through Jesus Christ has been bought and paid for. So what that means is the unfathomable, the unimaginable is what's in store as we all walk through heaven's gates, and then there'll be more.
All right.